studying, they're researchers, they're analysts.
We're talking about the people
And
who are
those
actually
are the-
holding the money, that are managing the wealth.
Well, they are picking and choosing the trades.
Right.
The custodian actually holds the money.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the managers, the analysts that are telling us which trades that we should, giving us the recipe for success, are paid on the exact same pay structure that we are. We pay them a portion of the fee. That's all they get. So what do you think they're excited about most? They are excited about picking the right investments. They're excited about holding the right position and not the wrong one, because if they lose, guess what happens to them? They lose money in their paycheck.
Do you like to use managers who are paying attention to market increases or decreases that have? So in some instances, you may have just purchased. You did a risk profile. You got profiled into an investment objective that you're in, and that wealth manager, that financial advisor that you're working with.
Okay, well, what you're talking about there.
Write it out.
There's this thing called the fiduciary standard, okay? So the fiduciary standard involves a lot eating. Sometimes they take more risk with their own money, or they're far more conservative, but they care. Care is such a big deal when it comes to managing money. So I highly respect people that are successful managing their own money. But going back to what you said and bringing up my thought about the DYI advisor. Okay, so there's a way to advise where you do it all. Like I said, our analysts are not also doing radio shows and meeting with clients on the day-to-day. They just sit and study all day long what is going on, and they need to know what's going to happen before it happens, before it shows up on the news. By the time it hits the news, it's already done, right? So we're counting on them to be doing the due diligence. But then you have these people that think they can do it all. They can wear all the hats. They can be the analyst. They can know everything that's going on in every different sector of the market. They can do workshops. They can do marketing. They can write blogs and meet with clients over and over and still manage, millions and millions and millions of dollars effectively. Personally, not my money. I want a team. And the person that's answering the phone and the person that's meeting with you and working with you and doing all the service work better not be the person that's keeping an eye on the ball.
So if I understand again what you're saying, you're explaining that some financial advisors may be in the business that are very effective in managing clients and clients' money, but there may be some emotional or psychological attachment.
They might be fishing
to their decisions.
Yes, yeah, and I
potentially.
But when you have a group of individuals that even, I know what you're talking about, taking the emotion out of investing and sticking to, we have a mathematical, we have one manager specifically that is really utilizes an emotionless
tactical, a quantitative trending analysis.
Again, but getting into the DYI advisor, like you were saying, the emotional side of it. What if they get in a fight with their girlfriend that morning, or wife, or they have kids that are sick? I mean, I had a son home sick yesterday. So what happens? And then there's and also the market is tanking, or there's a huge opportunity. The market is swinging back, and they just happen to be at a ball game that day. You can't rely on one person. You need a team. We rely on teams. I believe in having everybody, all hands on deck.
Another potential downside, I'm sure you've experienced this and seen this in your years of experience, is that those do-it-yourselfers many times are a one person for a spouse or for a family, and God forbid anything happens to that one person. Again, This is a potential downside.
So this is really, really common situation, and I happen to have a really big heart for these husbands. Frank is such a great husband. Frank, you've done a really, really awesome job raising your kids. I'm going to put him on over here so you guys can see him. This man has a heart of gold, a heart for God, right? And beautiful family, an amazing wife, has done an awesome job, has already retired. Okay, he's
From
already
the Army, not from working.
He's already retired, and
From the Army.
but has
from working.
so much to get. Exactly, I know, but you don't have to be here.
But there's only one who's good, Mindy. We know the only one.
No, let
who's
me
good
praise you for a little bit.
It's
No,
Jesus.
you're trying to cut me
Jesus
off.
is
Let
the
me
only-
praise
but
you.
it's true. He's
You
the
have done a
only
good job, and the thing that I really highly respect in a man, especially a husband, is one who cares about his wife and the well-being of his family, and takes all of that into account in their financial planning. I have sat with so many men. Actually, one of my first experiences when I went independent on my own was sitting with this man, and we're sitting in his kitchen, and he's lost a ton of money in this investment, and these tears are just coming down his face. And it's really hard to sit with someone that cares about his wife so much that he's just heartbroken that maybe he has failed her future, and all he cares about is making sure that if something happens to him, she's going to be okay. You know, those are qualities that are huge, and so I admire that in you, and I know you carry that through in your work, and I would say your ministry, because I know you're not working.
To be good stewards.
I don't call this work for you, so I have to ask you though, while I have you on the spot, what made you decide to do this? Like, why are you here? Because I know your financial situation, and I happen to know you don't have to be here.
I want to help people. I think we can help people better move forward better in their own lives. And I'm happy to be a blessing, hopefully, in other people's lives, and want to help them be better stewards of the many blessings that God has given us. We're so blessed in this nation, and I'm so grateful for this country, and grateful for the opportunity to work. And I've been around the world in a lot of different places. I served in the United States military for over 30 years. And my family's traveled with me in all these places. And we've been very grateful. I've had a very rewarding career. And it was such a great privilege to serve this great nation that I truly love. My heart breaks for it every day as I see so much change and so much drifting away from its foundations. Personally. So I'm happy to help folks get on sound financial footing, especially dear brothers and sisters in the Lord who call upon the name of the Lord. And
well, I'm very thankful for you.
Thank you. You're very kind.
And I met Frank as a client, and I said he was so knowledgeable and knew so much. And like I said, I already praised him a lot, but he's done not just an amazing job creating financial wealth for himself, but went out of his way to guide his children and help them make good decisions. I think the most important thing that you can do, and I was really blessed because I've never had any problem talking about money. And that's because my parents always included me in their finances ever since I was old enough to count. I remember helping count, we would sell tobacco in one big lump sum at the end of the year. So you harvest and you have one big lump sum. And then you have to budget, you got to make that work and feed the family for the year. So I was always a part of that. And I think it's really important to include your children and bring them up with financial knowledge. And Frank has definitely done that. So I commend him for that. But he's a wealth of knowledge.
Because of the goodness of God and the dear brothers and sisters who've trained us.
And he keeps me straight. So I appreciate him a lot. So let's get back on track. If you're just joining us, this is the Mindie Molina Show, and we are talking about the various types of financial advisors, and a little bit of the behind the curtain scene of what goes on with financial advisors and why I have chosen the path that I have chosen and why Frank has chosen the path that he has chosen, and so many other advisors are taking this route. And when I say it's up and coming, it's cutting edge, revolutionary, that's what I feel it is, and this is where